Hey Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at a message of fate. What is next? If you see this reading, this is a message for you. And to do this, I will be pulling out 3 cards from this deck. If you, by the way, prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find the timestamp for that down in the description box, which will take you straight to the part of the reading where we shuffle your zodiac signs and find out in which of the piles they'll fall under. If you prefer for spirit to pick your pile, look, the white feather right there when I said that. Wow. You will find a timestamp. Let's leave it. You will find a timestamp for that. Look, I think spirit just picked up pile number 1. I'm sorry to do the spirit part, but I just noticed it. Oh, yeah. So yeah, if you want to go by spirit, you can pick number 1. This is why you will not find spirit picking your pile section, because I really honor that it shows the first pile here in today's reading. But usually you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. Yeah, so yeah, look, it's choosing pile number 1. It's crazy. I love this. I love the organic way that spirit just simply chose the first pile, but that does not in any way, shape, or form cancel your intuition. If you have a feeling that you want to go by intuition, that is more important than spirit picking the pile, because you are it all, if you know what I mean. If not, it's okay, just follow your intuition if this is what you want to do. Right, let's reveal the cards. For pile number 1, the card is Calendula with the keyword purity. For pile number 2, the card is Jurgon Sacha. Very interesting. We'll learn about it in today's reading. The keyword is transfiguration. And for pile number 3, your card is Milk Thistle with the keyword peaceful warrior. Now, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, we'll be doing that in just a moment together. And let's push these up so you can see all of the crystals with me. There, let's do that. And let's see what we should go with. Right, what are our colors today? Well, third one is easy. It looks like we need a purple crystal, which is the amethyst. Should I go for this one or this amethyst? I think this one is definitely more fitting. So, nah, that was nice. Let's keep it this way. Just a feeling, so let's do that. All right, so we have the third one sorted. Second one, there's this deep maroon color, which is calling for the Mahogany Opsedian. So that's the second pile. What about the third one? There's a lot of yellows here for sure. I think we should either go for the citrine or the yellow aventurine, obviously. We'll find out in a moment. The yellows and the blues could also be Caribbean calcite. I have a Caribbean calcite with both. There we go. So that's, but you know what I'm gonna go for today? Actually, I am gonna go for the opal. I think it's perfect. The rocks here representing the mountain. Yes, today we're gonna go for the beautiful opal. Okay, so these are today's choices. And let me zoom in the crystals to you. Right, so for pile number 1, your crystal is the beautiful opal. For pile number 2, your crystal is the beautiful Mahogany Opsedian. And for pile number 3, Your crystal is the beautiful amethyst point. Hold on. Oh, this is not the amethyst. I apologize. This is the fluorite. I'm so sorry about that I said amethyst. This is the fluorite. Right, I'm glad I've noticed this early on, because in the editing I would have been going, oh my god, why did I say amethyst? It happens sometimes, even when I'm reading the cards. Like, it says 3 of Pentacles, and for some weird reason I would say like 4 of Pentacles. It happens. I think sometimes maybe a message is meant to come through in this way. So I just let it be. I let it flow. Right. Once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. As always, if you're drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition, especially in today's reading. It is quite an important one, a fated message, and it's meant to reach you if you saw it today. Of what's next. Once you're ready, as I mentioned, you'll find the timestamps below. And please note that in the next section, we will be shuffling your zodiac signs and finding out in which of the signs they'll fall under. If you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, please stick around. If not, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, welcome. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you so that you can do just that. And after the shuffling, in a moment, I will be drawing out 4 signs for each pile. All right. Let's go ahead. There we go. All right, so for pile number 1, your signs are Taurus, Pisces, Gemini, as well as Scorpio. For pile number 2, your signs are Capricorn, Virgo, Aquarius, as well as Cancer. For pile number 3, your signs are Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, as well as Aries. So please feel free to pick your pile using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3 if they're like in different piles and you want to do that. I highly recommend it. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your pile using any other placement in your chart, please feel free to do that. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in the next section, Spirit will not be picking your pile today because it has picked it in the very beginning. I don't know if you've seen this or not. There was a white feather that already picked pile number 1. So yeah. These were the different ways in which you can pick your pile in today's reading. It is a fated message that's meant to reach you right now. It's kind of like meant to reach the right people who are meant to hear this message right now. Once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your timestamps and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at a message of fate. What's next? This is the intention of the reading, and these are the decks that I'll be using today in your reading. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Opal. Your significator card is the Calendula. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, this one moved. I'm going to take it. Oh, these 2 moved. Then in that case, the signs for this pile are Taurus, Pisces, Gemini, as well as Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. All right, let's get into it and see what this message of fate for you is today. Right, this is better. And we're starting off with your oracle cards first. So, you've got the card Self-Acceptance. How beautiful. Okay. You've got Haunted House. Seeing these two together, Haunted House could be the compartment in your mind that lived rent-free in your mind, like a thought that maybe lived rent-free in your mind that prevented you from accepting yourself in a particular way, maybe not in everything, maybe in a particular area. Let's see. I love this energy for you. That's perhaps why you're getting this fated message today. But let's see. You've got the bridge. Something happened here. Oh, hold up. We gotta be careful with the YouTube rules. Right. So the bridge. Okay, the bridge. You've got Mercury in Aquarius with originality. Something about the mind here for sure. And you've got the card Sun in Scorpio with endurance. Okay. Right. I think we need your tarot cards. This way we have a complete picture on what this fated message is, what happened, what's about to happen, all of that. Okay, because I kind of feel like you've done something recently. You dared to open the light, turn on the light, sorry, in a compartment in your mind that for one reason or the other you didn't visit or you weren't aware of, that allowed you to find self-acceptance, self-love in an area, because you could have self-acceptance and self-love and in most everything, but there is this one peculiar area that you're not noticing. So perhaps that happened. You thought about things in an original way. I kind of feel like with calendula here, I'll tell you why. I feel like you thought about it from another end, but it still works or something. I'll tell you why. But yeah, you've gained access to your powers, like I got you or something. Initial thoughts looking at your cards. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got Temperance. I'm telling you, you've alchemized something. You're going through massive healing, and that's why you're getting this fated message. You've unlocked something, it seems. You've got the Eight of Cups, right? Seven of Cups. Now, many better options, like you've left the old options that weren't giving you anything, only to unlock massive options that you didn't have before. Oof, I love that. Okay, you've got the Knight of Wands. Love reading, love seeing energies of massive energies like that, of alchemizing something, alchemizing a thought, alchemizing a shadow, or a feeling, a limiting belief or something. Always amazing. You've just unlocked something, and we'll figure it out together. I highly doubt you don't know, but maybe you don't. Sometimes you just figure things out and you don't know that this is what the reading is talking about. So we're going to take our time here to see what you've unlocked, because I feel like it's congratulations. You've just unlocked massive energies that you didn't have access to before with the frequency that you've just stepped into. So, Knight of Wands, you're moving towards your desires, a huge desire. Haha, I just told you. With the Star card, it's a massive wish. What's that wish? Ace of Cups. overflowing abundance in something. Is it in love? Is it something that you're wishing for? It is a wish, right? You're granted a big wish because you got access to it. May I ask, what is this big wish? Spirit is going to be giving it to you easily, or rather your frequency is going to give it to you easily. It's going to be overflowing. You're never going to be looking for that energy again or that thing again. It's just going to come easily in your life. What is that wish? The sun. It continues not to want to identify it. Or maybe I'm not picking it up. I mean, massive cards. It represents the womb. So you've always had the capability to enjoy that. It's just that you've unlocked it. So what is your massive wish, my dear pile one? Maybe you don't want me to know, but I don't want to assume. So let me just take a little bit to think about it. Look, the sunflowers look like the calendula. Maybe this is talking about how your wound was the very thing standing in your way, blocking you from being able to achieve this wish. So I would say you are aware that there's a particular energy that was always standing in your way of achieving what you want. So if you want to know which wish, it's the biggest, I would say, with the star card, but it's one that you were staring at. It's one you felt you couldn't have because of a wound. Why do I say that? Because the calendula, it has these anti-inflammatory powers. It's an estrogen, and when you put it on burns and wounds, it calms it right away. So yeah, it heals it, it calms it. So there was this inflammatory wound that will constantly block you, completely block you from something. So let's say this inflammation is failure. You would get triggered right away when it comes to you making mistakes, for example, maybe in a particular area in your life. So you just knew at the back of your mind that you would love that wish, but you kind of felt like maybe that wish isn't for me, or maybe it's nearly impossible to have that wish come true because it requires me to step into my failures, because failures, they give you feedback and they allow you to go through the process of success. But maybe you were so inflamed by failure that you just couldn't dare to make a step. And so now you know what that wish is. It's that wish that you couldn't have because you couldn't dare to step into it in the first place. So this is where your big wish lies. It's neck to neck with that wish, your wound, neck to neck. As long as you had that wound, you kind of knew you couldn't have that wish. Now that you're going through that massive healing, which is happening right now, this is why fate is coming here to say congratulations. The bridge, you just unlocked the steps towards this wish yourself. You've done it. Now you've done it in a peculiar way. You didn't do it with originality and calendula in the regular way. I don't know what this means, but we'll find out together. You didn't go through this healing the regular way. Why do I say that? Because calendula, it creates that same color that saffron creates, and they used to call it the saffron of the poor in the past, because if you couldn't afford saffron in the centuries ago, you would use calendula to give that same color in the food. So in that sense, I'm kind of feeling like, especially with originality, it's kind of like you didn't go through the traditional route of healing this, but you've done it in your own way. Do you know how when a child, you're teaching them to write a letter to hold a pen, write a letter, and they do it in a totally different way, and you're instantly going, no, that's not how it's done. And then you take steps back and you're like, it doesn't break a rule. It doesn't hinder them from any particular growth, right? You know, you do it from the left, they do it from the right. And if you think about it, you might even go, oof, that's original. Maybe that's even smarter. And if it's not hindering their growth or the main ideas of them achieving that, you're like, why not? Go ahead, do it your way, right? Maybe you're explaining how a math equation is solved, that they do it in another way, and it might even be faster, who knows? And you're like, yeah, sure, do that. There's nothing wrong. I mean, you would correct them if it's wrong, but it's just a unique way. You haven't seen it before. And children, they have this fresh new perspective, and they do it in their own unique way. As long as it's not wrong, why not? Different ways of doing things. You would have an expert go, absolutely okay. Different ways of doing things. So, in fact, that's what experts always say. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, do it your way. So in that sense, it seems like you traditionally, maybe in our day and age, or maybe the information that we have is that we should go about it in one way, or maybe you're a unique soul with a unique mind and you've just done it your own way. There's something highlighted here about you found your own way to make the food have that color or to go about healing this. Does maybe that's a message for you. Maybe you're nodding and you're like, I know what that unique way is. But it's a unique way of thought that led you to self-acceptance and accepting your inner child. I'm so curious, if you don't mind, you've reached a unique way of getting in touch with your power because you were able to see through your limiting beliefs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna look at what this is. Something about here, chance, finding out something by chance. Maybe this is saying this sort of teaching, this sort of shortcut is not currently available in our day and age. But with the 11th house, which is the house of like-minded people, it means that maybe perhaps it used to exist. Maybe it was eradicated. It no longer exists. Again, we're seeing healing from the past. So you're able to connect to a way of healing from the past that allowed you to level up very quickly. So I was going to ask, what is that unique way? Because I'm so curious. If I'm able to pick it up, I might be and I might not. So how did you... I'm seeing two things come together. What is that unique thing you've done to, bringing two opposite things together, or seemingly opposite things together, yin and yang, two opposite things together, that young energy and that wise energy, playful energy and wise energy, yin and yang. Maybe I'm gonna crack it. Maybe not. You were able to bring two things together, and it just made things work. And the universe is celebrating you. Congratulations, you just cracked the code. This is why this is your fated message. And they're telling you, because of cracking this code, you're in the process of healing and cleansing. Things are about, you found the light. And you're well on your way very quickly with the Knight of Wands towards your wish. Congratulations. It's a new era in your life. You've walked away from the limited choices to be able to understand that you have vast and wider choices. So, two things together. Two things together. together? Let me think. Being able to think of two different ideas, because it's the minds together, Aquarius, the mind, being able to think about two opposing thoughts at the same time. So if we take the example of failure, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, I will. So if we think about the example of failure, you're able to think about the main advice of how failure allows you to learn, while simultaneously, we did say they work together, while simultaneously healing with an inner wound that has to do with failure. So failure is like taking it personal. Let me think. It's like nurturing that scared part of you that's going, no, and going, hey, it's okay. If we fail, it doesn't mean that we are failures. That's a thought that of a wound. It's not real. So you're kind of like nurturing yourself here, going, hey, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. You're nurturing your way out of it, while simultaneously in the same moment taking that action. Oh, so having the capability of nurturing yourself while doing the action. Because usually when we take a specific action, we're so focused on the action. Yeah. Being able to nurture yourself in a moment when you're meant to take action, yeah, that takes skill. I feel like you were able to bridge these two together, taking the action while nurturing yourself at that moment. It's when you alchemize. So that's what you're doing here. You're like nurturing yourself as you go through whatever it is you're afraid of. Together at the same time, they alchemize. And they allow for a new type of energy, healing, and seeing the truth for what it is. So that's the healing that's going on here. The burn. Yeah, soothing the burn as you step into that experience, which is cooling in that way. So you step into an experience and you go, hey, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. That sort of totally alchemizes this situation. You are totally out of it, or you're well on your way out of it. And many things open up to you that were never there before. So congratulations, my dear pile number one. Fate is saying you've just opened up the door in this lifetime way earlier than expected to be able to access a wish by channeling this idea or by accessing this dark area in your mind. You've done a massive shortcut here. You must celebrate yourself. Congratulations. By going, nurturing that wound, going, hey, we'll do both at the same time. Massive spiritual healing that instantly allows you to gallop over that blockage and for you to experience that wish. Right, now that we understand what's going on, let's get more information about that door you've just opened up for yourself. What's about to happen there, my dear pile number one? This is so cool. You'll be going to new places. This is Venice, either physically or metaphorically. So, ooh, look at that cute red dragon. All right. So, what is about to happen in your life right now, given everything we've looked at? Whoa, thanks. 9 of Pentacles. You keep, that couldn't be a coincidence. You keep getting that energy of a massive wish materializing and coming true for you. 9 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. And we're looking at what's about to happen in your life right now as you're going through this alchemical process, this new beginning. 4 of Pentacles, it becomes yours and nobody can take it from you. You're like, I got it. Nobody can take it from me. Six of Cups. You are growing as a soul. So beautiful. And it right away gives you so much, like we said, in real life, of what you couldn't have of. So this looks like a skyscraper. You're going very high in life at the moment with just a few notes that you're following. Yeah, so it talks about how right away, as you're alchemizing this right now, you will start to see the fruits of your own energy, of your own growth work right away. This is you not tiptoeing, not being shy, not taking one step, one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. That's what's going on here. Took one small step. It's a brilliant one that allows you to reap so many benefits. And so I am seeing that right now, as you're watching this reading, you're towards the end of this heavy journey of going through this pain. And so, because you just found the road, you were so lost, you found the path, and it's a very short way, like you're nearly there. Nearly there means what? It means you're just sitting with it. That's what it means. It means you're sitting with it. So you found the idea, which means you found the idea, and alchemizing it seems to be a very short distance. It's just like experiencing it maybe a few times before you go, I can handle that. That's easy. You instantly get the hang out of it. 1 or 2 or 3 times. And you're like, oh, I always thought I couldn't do it, but with that type of nurture, I can. You gain access to it. It's like, I got it. I got it. I got what to do. I got it. Once you get it, nobody can take that energy from you. It becomes a part of you. It makes you stable with the Four of Pentacles. And all it does is that it starts giving to you. It starts giving to you. I want to give you a rom-com example. It's the best way to say that, although it's going to be a very superficial example, but superficial can make us understand things on a deeper level. So let's say in a rom-com, not the antagonist, the protagonist goes through a huge makeover. They realize how attractive they are. They never knew. And they start enjoying it. And once they realize how attractive they are, how to take care of themselves, how to dress and all of that, again, superficial example, but you know what I mean. Now they start seeing how life gives them differently in their superficial world, how they start getting these benefits, how they get their friends, how they become invited to the parties, how they get their crush, you name it, in that rom-com. So in that way, I am seeing that you are right away, just like this rom-com, the protagonist in this rom-com, it's not a long journey for you. It's right away gaining access to that energy. You just figure out how to do it. It's like a salesperson who's learned a few lines that just make the sale work. And they're like, oh my God, every time I say that, people just buy it. So let's say they're using, buy it in the name of Jesus Christ, he will bless you. And people are like, yeah, I want to buy it in the name of Jesus Christ, who is going to bless me. And I'm not arguing whether this is correct or wrong. I'm just giving you an example. I believe maybe people shouldn't use, spiritual tactics, but maybe they're not. Conversations aside, so this person uses that word, people are buying, they become multimillionaires, and they continue to go, buy this in the name of Jesus Christ, and you will be blessed, and people are just buying. So I'm just trying to find examples to show you that you've made a shortcut that allowed you to access something in your subconscious mind that works. And it allows you, in your case, to nurture yourself and thus instantly heal through the situation. And it suddenly gives you access to the external world, the pentacles, to something you couldn't hold before, you didn't have a grip over before. That pain is over and just works. You do that, you nurture yourself, perhaps you display a different energy, you get results right away, and you're like, I got this, it's mine, nobody can take it. And you keep receiving and receiving and receiving forevermore what it is you've always wished for. It will never be inaccessible again. You've learned to cross the bridge, my dear pile number 1. And that is a massive shortcut, especially that what you're concluded here, doing these two things at the same time, maybe even you don't know it's like that brilliant. You're just doing something here, but it's allowing you to heal right away. Maybe you're about to do that. And so, yes, your reading is instant access to something. And you're doing it in your own unique way. Perhaps it's not exactly how the ancient people did it, but you're sort of doing it your own way, which is brilliant. Right. Before we finish your reading, I just want to pull out in an amazing reading like that. Thank you. Your guidance, your particular guidance in this last era as you move out of the old chapter into the new chapter. What is your guidance? Wow, 10 of Cups, okay. 10 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Stay happy, especially when you're going through that lack energy. Remember to vibrate with love, because love is your natural state, the energy of the universe. The lack is not yours. So remember to stay in the energy of love towards yourself and towards others, because the Knight of Cups is so absorbed in themselves. That's the energy of the Knights. They're so absorbed in themselves. They don't care what's outside. So this is why I tell you, give love to yourself and love to others when you are in the energy of lack, because both you and others are suffering. So don't take it personal, and give yourself love in this situation as well as give others love in this situation. So what's an example of that? Like, let's say you are in a situation where you're going to feel judged. Remember that you are judging yourself when you're allowing to look at yourself through other people's eyes. And other people's eyes, they're looking at you through their own wounds, and thus the two lack in the case of judging. And so give yourself the grace to be wrong. That's self-love, telling yourself, hey, it's okay, I'm not perfect. It's okay to make yourself it's okay to make mistakes. Give yourself the space to do that. Forgive yourself when you're not doing it perfect, because self-acceptance is the door to everything. Accepting situations in general is the door to everything. So that self-love, saying, I forgive me if it's not, if I don't do things right. And in their case, they are not, it's not personal. They're looking at everyone through their own wounds. I wish them healing. So they're just trying to heal. It's not personal. So that's just a quick example of what it means of giving in whatever situation this lack is, to remind yourself to do these two things. Perhaps these are the two things: love yourself and love others. To just remind yourself that this is not personal, that if they weren't wounded themselves, they wouldn't be doing this to you. So yeah, that's the final guidance, my dear pile number 1. And maybe forgiving the situation, maybe it's not the person, maybe it's a situation. Remember that the situation is tied to a wounded system, for example. And so it's not personal. It's just that the system is wounded. So give yourself love, give grace, and from that place, take the next steps. Yeah. My dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I wish you the best of luck, tremendous good energy and luck in your situation. And right now you are out of it, and you're just about to unlock. You're just about to unlock for yourself right now massive energy that I believe was not planned in this lifetime because of the bridge. And you're getting it in this lifetime. Congratulations. This was your message of fate. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at a fated message. What is your message and what's next? These are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys in the description box. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Oh, your crystal is the beautiful Mahogany Obsidian. Your significator card is the Jurgon Sacha with the keyword transfiguration. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Capricorn, Virgo, Aquarius, as well as Cancer. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, let's get straight into it and see what this fated message is. And the first card, I feel like I want to start with this one, is Army. Okay, boot camp, real politic, duty, battlefield, anyways. Oh, okay. You've got vision. Wow, what a beautiful card. Okay. Listening. So this is a deck all about the different types of powers, and listening is a type of power. Of course it is, but I'm curious why they have listening as a power. Of course, because you learn and you listen more than you speak. You learn about the situation better. But I'm just curious about the perspective. There we go. So listening. When we direct our attention to the current moment, we pause the rumination about yesterday and the anxiety about tomorrow. Listening allows us to place our full attention on what's here now, opening up our awareness of ourselves and others. This card lives in the relationship suit because listening is more than just hearing. There are many ways to listen. Listen to respond, listen to content, and to attune to feelings and needs. Underused, you miss this rich content and the chance to connect. Overused, being the listener, can become a way to avoid sharing yourself. Powerful listening is an act of empathy and an attunement to the emotions and meaning that underpin words. In times of connection, listening is the language of validation. In moments of tension, listening is the language of repair. What is it you need to hear more deeply right now? I love this. Okay, so you've got lineage, very interesting. Okay, I kind of feel like something has been passed down. Doesn't this thing here look like that tower? Do you see that? Don't know if you can see that. Doesn't it look like that tower here? Wow. I feel like it's talking about generational curse, trauma, something like that. You've got, yes, whoa, and the door is opening. I love this fated message. It is. You've got announcement. This is a major announcement today. Mercury in Gemini with excitement. Wow. Okay, you've got Venus in Scorpio with secrets. Wow. Okay. I think I get it. But let's wait. I think I get it. Although I'm not sure what vision here wants to say. Maybe revelation with all of the Mercury here. Mercury in Aries with restlessness. Okay. Well, you can't read. There. Now you can see them all. Wonderful. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. So, you've got the Queen of Swords. The Nine of Wands. There's a block here. Freedom, Queen of Swords. Wow, do I have stuff to tell you. The Seven of Cups. Okay, let's stop it here for now. Stop here for now. So, I've read about the Jurgon Sacha right before your reading, and I found it to be very interesting, especially with what we're seeing here. So, it's interesting that I find myself wanting to look at all the guidebooks in your reading. I want to read out this to you because it's a small one. It's so interesting. It's an eye-opening for sure. This reading is totally an eye-opening. Perhaps that's what the vision card wanted to say. They wanted to open up your eyes about something that you may not have known about. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Right, so we don't need all of these guidebooks after all. What we do need is the Jurgon, because then you'll be able to see what I'm about to tell you. 22 that you may not have been aware of, but you're about to be aware of. All right, so Jurgon Sacha is a doctrine of signatures plant, as its indigenous uses directly mirror its appearance. Do you see? So its mottled coloring calls to mind a poisonous snake native to the Amazon, and local villages use the starchy root as an anti-venom. In Peru and Ecuador, the snake and plant are both called Jurgon Sacha. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing this right, but yeah. Or Verde Lance. I'm trying. In Brazil, the snake is named Jararaca, perhaps I don't know. In any case, and the plant Erva jararaca, which translates to jararaca herb. So anyways, all this to say the next part. In the Amazon, the bloody resin of this plant is used in many rituals of protection against all spiritual sicknesses. Bilis, bile, rage. Hexes. Mal de ojo or ojo, evil eye. Mal air, evil wind. And envidia, envy. And protection against brujos, malvados, black magic sorcerers. So what am I seeing looking at that? Do you see that tower that the lineage here is holding? it seems to me the reading here is opening up your eye about a massive attack that happened to your lineage, and it was like a curse, for example. And maybe you think, oh, this is crazy. Perhaps back then in the old days, maybe someone in your family was connected to a sorcerer, or maybe a sorcerer for one reason or the other, like has done something here to the generation. It was passed on from one generation to the other. Mercury here, curse, like a spoken, maybe even word with Mercury, spoken word, secrets. It was hidden in the lineage, one generation after the other, after the other, after the other. And you might have asked yourself, what's going on? Why does this happen to our family? Why is this happening to me? What's going on? I feel like it's been around for a very long time, moving from the base to the next, to the next, to the next, wreaking havoc to one generation after the next. Well, I have great news for you. It looks like you've just freed yourself from this curse. I have no idea what the reading is trying to say. How did you free yourself from this curse? That's a good question. Let's ask, how did you free yourself? And you've opened up yourself. You know, Seven of Cups is appearing a lot in today's readings for different reasons. Pile 1 had a totally different reading. Unless you're drawn to it, of course, I feel like it's a totally different reading. But the thing in common here is the Seven of Cups energy. Things suddenly opening up that you did not have access to before. So, how did you free yourself? What happened? Because, yes, it finally opened. The reading is opening your eyes to the fact that your energy all around you is completely different because you've broken from this curse. In fact, you've got Kasudus here, healing. So something about massive healing, that you were able to break from this curse. Maybe you felt that there was like dark energy and you didn't know where it was coming from. Well, congratulations. Whether you were aware of it or not, which is the reading is making you aware of in today's reading, you've broken it. So how you've become free from it? I don't know if you've broken it or not, but you've become free from it. So what happened? How did you become free from it? And the way you look with transfiguration is about to change. The way your life is playing out is about to change. Everything is about to change from the core, from the inside out. So how, and it's something about with the tower here, it's gonna look ugly before it looks good. Look, not feel, not destroyed. I get this idea, just like cooking, when you put all the ingredients and it goes and they all just get mixed up and it doesn't make sense until it turns into this beautiful meal. So it's just gonna not look good before it starts looking amazing, not feel or anything, intuitively, just intuitively feeling that. So we were asking, what broke it? King of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. The Star. They're very positive cards. What broke it? Let me think. You know, some of you could have even been an evil eye. Being affected throughout the generation by evil eye constantly, that's another thing, like due to the weakened aura maybe. But yeah, just a detail, it doesn't change much. Right. If we have the ibis here and the star card, connected to the ancient Egyptian god Thoth, knowledge, wisdom. So maybe you put your hand on some knowledge. You were able to put your hands on some important knowledge, spiritual knowledge. You were guided with the star card towards this spiritual knowledge, maybe. That you applied with the King of Pentacles, that actually worked with the Nine of Pentacles. Let me just reflect. I think so. Yeah. What knowledge were you given? Just to be sure that I'm on the right path. Thank you. The Fool. Four of Wands. Storks. I feel like with the dog here, you were so faithful to, so open and so faithful to applying some wisdom that you got. Cranes, sorry, cranes. Let me find some information about cranes. Well, both the bird and the machine. Okay, so cranes are known for impressive engineering feats. Their namesake bird's long life and monogamy, and unique characteristics like long migrations and impressive dancing. Both the bird and the machine are ancient, with the earliest cranes dating back to ancient Greece and Mesopotamia, and the birds being the oldest living species of birds, lifelong partners, tallest flying bird, long distance travelers. So since they're ancient, I'm thinking the contrast between ancient and the Fool, the new. Perhaps you were in fact Thoth, also ancient. So you were given, you were lucky to be given, especially that this is sophisticated, the energy here. It's all about energy in this reading. So you were given some knowledge, ancient knowledge, that you were faithful in terms of applying. Maybe you've heard about how a certain herb is strong in terms of how it cleanses out energy. Maybe you've learned about a meditation technique, whether you realize it breaks curses or not. Maybe you've gone through what is called, you know how they play out family energy? I think it's called acting out therapy, or I forgot what it's called. People play the role, healing, acting therapy or something. I totally forgot. Anyways, it's not what I'm trying to say. What I am trying to say is that you've done something recently. You've gained some ancient knowledge, whether you realize it was ancient or not. Something about it to you stood out with the star card. You found it fascinating, exciting. Maybe you were trying to heal something totally different, like you were trying to heal something physical, or maybe you were trying to clear the energy around you. You've recently just applied some ancient knowledge and you were so faithful to it. You're like, yeah, I want to apply this. It's brilliant. Only to find it opening up, clearing out this curse to you. Whether you realize you were doing that or not, because I'm starting to feel like you weren't even realizing. You're going to achieve a dream coming true, like this is what you were trying to get. Like, let's say you were healing your hair or a skin issue or a physical issue, or just doing a a ritual to get wealth or manifestation, whatever it is. You're like, yeah, I'm going to apply this, only for it to break the curse that went on for generations. So I'm just so curious. One more time, if you allow me. What did you do? One last time. If we get it, we get it. We don't, I'm sure you are, like, you know what ritual you're doing, right? Queen of Cups. One more time. What did you do? The Swans, Three of Swords. And look at that massive healing. That you keep getting healing, either relationship issues or yin and yang. Maybe it's not an herb, actually. It's not the direction. You used ancient wisdom to heal something emotional that has to do with heartache relationships recently. Yeah. You've applied ancient knowledge. Or maybe you've taken herbs that help you heal your nervous system. Who knows? But I think that's what you've been applying here very well. Healing the body, nervous system from heartache. That's what I think. Yeah. Look at that. Can't miss that. And you've been so loyal to it. You're like, yeah, I'm going to take that to heart. I'm going to apply it. And you've been getting either one or several guidance in how to heal this heartbreak. And it looks like with you healing it, it just opened up the curse. It's done. You've opened up your eyes recently into how to heal this heartache. Realized like maybe you're setting stronger boundaries. You're going like, no, I'm not going to allow this to happen anymore. I'm not going to think like that anymore or something. Yeah, that's what I really think. And with your internal healing is how you actually broke this curse. Yes, so that's what's going on. And it looks like you freed yourself, and congratulations. Many options are going to start opening their doors right now. This is your fated message. You've just unlocked massive things that you couldn't imagine you could have before in your life with this curse dissipating. So listening. Why is listening here? We've read the guidebook. It's very interesting. The magician, as within, so without. You've been listening to yourself, right? Thank you. That's why it's a powerful, it's a form of power. You've been listening to your guidance and listening to yourself, trying to see inside the darkness. What's going on? Maybe this is something that generations and generations and generations didn't do. And you're like, hold up, what's going on? I want to figure things out. You're naturally a curious person who wants to figure out what's wrong. And so you were able to take yourself out of this darkness. Your soul took you out as you uncovered the layers and layers of dark energy through you listening to yourself and your wisdom. The listening, Ace of Pentacles. You took it slow and easy. You weren't rushing. You just wanted to genuinely release yourself from whatever it is you didn't understand but didn't like. Right, perfect. So this is a message from fate letting you that things are going to be absolutely different moving forward because you've unlocked massive options that you didn't have before. What are these options that you've unlocked for yourself up next in your life? Page of Swords. Things are gonna, just like an arrow, are gonna move faster. Before you go and achieve these goals with the arrow, like you're gonna be moving right on goal in different things in your life, you will find that in each one, you'll first recognize that you're moving a few steps back, going, hey, what's going on? I thought things opened up for me. What's going on here? Only to find, ping, that you're right on goal. So they want you to recognize this energy. Fate wants you to recognize this energy, that in everything in your life, you'll be taking few steps back, going, what's going on? I thought this was going to happen. Like, the cards are promising me this, the messages, the dreams, everything I'm getting are saying one thing, and I'm moving backwards. And that's not moving backwards. This is your pull towards your goal. Knight of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Do you see? The slow energy that is progressing for you, that is a progressive energy. The slow energy before, boom, you go straight to your goal. So we were asking initially, what are the options that are opening up to you? I feel like it's not specific things. They're just showing that you have the option to achieve all of the things that you were once standing dreaming about, not thinking they could actually come true because the curse has been dispersed. And so you want to think of it from another perspective. What were the things that you were staring at that you didn't have in your life, or even when you did, it was hard, like you had to work so hard? And that's the energy of block here. And these will be the very things also that just open up to you. And remember, before they do, you will watch things go backwards, and you're going to go, but I thought they were going to happen. Be patient, dear one, they're saying. Be patient. This is the pull towards your goal and not away from it. Okay. It's a kind of like, remember, energy works in waves. You're moving up, but energy is in waves. So get acclimated to the vibration of it. You will start to quickly understand and realize that whenever you go back a little bit, you would have gotten the hang out of the energy, and you would understand that it's only there to move you forward and not to take anything away from you. Yeah, I feel like this is your big message that fate wants to deliver to you. You've unlocked many things. They're no longer going to be locked away from you in your life. Transfiguration, it is showing that so many things are going to change forms in your life to the better, including how you look, by the way, with transfiguration. So let's take a look at that. How are your looks changing? Seven of Swords is kind of like a shortcut. You'll find that very quickly, the shortcut here, you're just looking younger. You might be asked questions like, hey, what did you do? Did you get something done, for example? And it's just like, no, it's the shortcut is the energy. Any more information about how you're gonna look? 10 of Swords. Again, remember, again, that pain before it gets better. So remember, your reading continues to show you that there's a bit of not liking something, or maybe a lot, before it gets really good. It's kind of like, how when someone goes through an operation, it doesn't look good before it looks great. It's kind of like the same thing, just energetically. But yeah, it's kind of like, don't worry about the look. You're going to go through this energetic transfiguration. Okay, how is your life changing? 5 of Wands. 3 of Cups. So here's the thing they want you to know about your life. That's very interesting. The fact that many of the things in your life are going to start working and making moves at the same time shows that there are many energies sort of like competing with each other. So your job is to sort of disintegrate each one, isolate each one on its own, or be patient with the fact that they will all affect each other. Let me give you an example, because maybe it's like you're lost here. I want to say, let's say, for example, suddenly your career works and you're doing great and it requires attention from you, and then your relationships work and you're so much in love, and now you get to travel as well. So these are all blessings. Let's say that ones that you didn't have before, and now they're all coinciding because the growth are happening at the same time. So you're like, you got that trip to Paris and you're like, yay, I always wanted to go to Paris. But then you're so in love and you want to be able to spend time with this person. But then your career is going, hello, this needs success. You're getting a lot of interviews, or you're getting a lot of sales, and you need to pay attention to them. And you're like, oh, what do I do? So with all of these things suddenly being unlocked, waiting to be unlocked, and they come out all growing at the same time, all blessings with the cups, just realize that up next in your life, they will all be competing with each other. And so what is your guidance here when it comes to these massive transformations in your life? Including your looks, by the way, because the competing energies here could be like people being jealous or people accusing you of getting things done. Not that you should care, but I'm just showing you. So many, many, many energies are just at play at the same time. What is your guidance with that? Because you've just unlocked this curtain. It's the doors open, everything is passing through at the same time. So your guidance, Page of Cups, your guidance is enjoy it, my dear. Enjoy the filling up of your cup. Focus more on that. Yes, there will be competition here and there with these energies rising. Enjoy it, they're saying. Enjoy it and keep balance so that they don't fall. Yeah, keep the balance so that it doesn't fall. Yeah, balance, Six of Cups. Enjoy the generosity and learn to keep the balance as you're enjoying it. It's a new type of energy you need to learn. Good problem to have kind of thing. Five of Pentacles. Remember when you wanted these things, and remember the blessing now of having it. When you're complaining, like, what do I do now? Remember that it's a blessing to have it all, and learn to tread through it gracefully while learning how to balance all of these things at the same time, because they're all here to make you happy and fulfill the empty spaces that were once there. And my dear pile number 2, this is your fated message right now that's meant to reach you right now. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. So interesting how all of a sudden things open. The curse is out. Congratulations. And this was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you the best of luck. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your message of fate. What is next? And these are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, oh, thanks. Whoa, 3. Okay. You'll find that I always list them below for you guys. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Fluorite point. Your significator card is the Milk Thistle with the keyword words Peaceful Warrior. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, wow, a lot of oracle cards. The signs for this pile are Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, as well as Aries. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, let's get straight into it and see this message of fate. We'll take a look at your oracle cards first before we expand using your tarot cards. Okay, So we've got 3, we've got 5, and 2. Wow, liminality. You're in a liminal time, it seems. Wow, okay. Like you're about to climb up, it seems. All right. Okay. Flow. Okay. Right. Precision. Receiving. All right. You've got Jupiter in Cancer with speculation. Moon in Sagittarius with optimism. Mars in Pisces with escape. So much going on. Okay. Mercury in Virgo with caution. All right. Sun in Taurus with acquisition. Priest. Pre-science. Someone told me here that this did not mean pre-science. Let me double check. Prescience, which means knowing something in advance, foreknowledge. Okay. Okay. Right, and this, okay. Perfect. So your message of fate is letting you know about something in advance. Okay, perfect. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. We did shuffle them. Let's go one more time. Oh, funny how these came out. Whoa, you've got the 6 of Swords. And the 2 of Wands. They're letting you know about something so that you can escape a fate, and a fate that you may not like. And move into instead a prosperous one, full of acquiring the very things you want. So they want you to be cautious. This is why it's a message of fate. It is fated for you to come out of this, depending on what actions you took in life, like it's fated for you to come out of it. And since this is fated, the way this is going to play out is that you're going to know about this beforehand right now in your reading, so that when it plays out, you'll be able to fully recognize that you're guided to escape it and not be part of it, right? One more, the Empress, which is the abundance here. Take note, they are saying. Take note of everything we're about to show you in this reading. So this is a trap. It's a liminal time. Depending on what actions you take, it will determine your destiny. It is fated for you to know about it and to escape it. So, what are you escaping? You're escaping a dogma, and I don't mean to say priests are dogma. This is just me reading according to the symbolism of tarot, because I know in tarot priests and the Hierophant is associated with dogma. So this is in no way, shape, or form meant to be the truth, right? just following up with intuition of the message itself. So there's something about spreading belief. There's something about up next. Many people are going to see something. Eyes, a lot of eyes are going to watch a new belief being presented, a new ideology being presented. That could be in your work, that could be in your like area, in your country, you know, it could be in your industry, whatever, in your business. So there's going to be a new ideology being spread that everybody's going to tune into. It's going to create chaos. And it's not here for the benefit. There's like a devil-like creature. It's here for whatever reason. In any case, it's not good for you, right? It's a trap. They're showing you it's a trap. So whether this person or these people mean it or not is not it's not the point. The point is that it's going to entrap you. So they're guiding you to escape this new ideology. And you might be thinking, but what if I don't recognize it? You're like on the precipice of that, first of all. Second of all, I will be looking at more details in terms of what this dogma that you're guided to escape, that everybody's going to be tuning into, it's going to create chaos. And you're guided to remain calm and stand tall by not engaging in this chaos. But rather, instead of engaging in the chaos and arguments or fight or whatever this is, you're guided to fully escape it. Because this way, you will be receiving acquisition. You will be receiving something powerful instead of, let's say, getting into trouble or something, or getting into chaos. And this liminal time is right now. If you follow the guidance and take like that leap, that escape, that jump, it looks like it requires a little bit of, I want to say, risk. Yeah, maybe being the only one, seeing yourself as the only one, although it will seem to you like it's pretty much safe. If when you think about it with the Six of Swords, the mind, it will seem like you're not going to jump into anything that doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, it's still a huge risk because you see yourself as the only one who's going to take that jump. Perhaps you're going to question, did I understand my guidance correctly? Could I be the only one who got this guidance? And I feel like you're really being nurtured and loved here with the milk thistle. Yeah, that's why you've got speculation. You're like, am I seeing this right? There's one eye here. There are many eyes here. Should I join in the other eyes, or should I look at things differently? Perhaps this also means, with speculation, that you yourself, intuitively, with the Cancer sign, feel like something is also wrong, not just this message. So they're saying, listen to your intuition and go with how you feel, with how your intuition is guiding you. It's nurturing you like a mother towards something better and escaping a reality that you may never be able to take yourself out of, and instead moving you into abundance with the Emperor. Take note of how you're feeling. Take note of what you're sensing may not be right. You can see that shadow. You can see that shadow. If other people can't, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you see it, and you're lucky to see it. This is the Virgin Mary, because milk thistle is associated with the Virgin Mary. It's seen as Virgin Mary's milk, right? So you're really guided by divine energy, powerful divine energy in this reading, changing your fate. changing fate. Although fate can't be changed, I feel like it's being changed here with the divine intervention, I think, of giving you this foreknowledge about what's about to come down. Take note, they say, because you'll be moving into abundance. And that's the nurturing energy with the Empress. We love you. We're taking care of you. You're moving in the right direction. Don't be veered off course by buying into something, which takes us to the next point. What is this new dogma or this new idea that someone here or some people are trying to have people buy into? Chariot. Hanged man. Different modes of movement, right? Movement again. Page of Swords. Something about movement for sure. Something about movement. Four of Wands. Movement with the Four of Wands, movement upwards. So for some of you, this has to do with airplanes. For some of you, this is like a trajectory upwards in a particular goal that you want to move towards. Movement. Let me think. It's almost like scaring the masses into a particular movement that otherwise they wouldn't move towards. It's like scaring them out of a situation. So this is a message of inflicting fear. If you don't do this now, this is going to happen to you. So it could be like, for example, your company pushing you guys to pay something on your own that otherwise they should be paying. I mean, we could pay it for you like in the contract, but if we do that, you're going to lose this and this and this privilege, and we're worried about you, so it's better for you to pay it. I don't know. I'm just picking up on the idea on how to move forward. Something about how you should move forward, which direction you should go. Direction. Making it seem like if you take your own path, it's going to be risky and you might fall. And you have to be really careful. And you have that level of accuracy not to fall. Join in here so that you don't fall. So that this and this doesn't happen to you. So that you're on the winning side or something. That's what I'm seeing. At the end of the day, you will recognize this message because it is suddenly spread in your company or in your area or something through massive fear. And you'll feel people going, no, I have to do that. Otherwise, this and this is going to happen to me. So you're like, what? Why? Like some examples, like why suddenly this would happen? Or why is the system being changed? Something just doesn't feel right for you. So instead of buying into the chaos here, I mean, you panicking yourself, you're guided to calm down. Think for yourself using your third eye. Stay optimistic. Don't need to buy into all of this. If you take your own path and decide to take a risk away from it, because that's appearing twice here, doing something risky on your own, very risky. At least you feel this way amongst the chaos. Stay optimistic because you're going to be caught in the right place, not in the wrong one. Once you escape this bad destiny, because it seems like if you go in your own direction, you'll actually elevate you will actually elevate and you will acquire, receive so much abundance. Empress again. And you can escape this fate. Not destiny, escape this fate. So this is why there is divine intervention. Why are you getting divine intervention? Why wasn't this planned from the beginning? May I ask? You've unlocked something recently with the Three of Cups. Or you have the key to unlocking. You found the key to unlocking something with the Three of Cups, to unlocking something for everybody's important, but oh, hold on. You have the key to helping close people around you with the Three of Cups, and you've used that key. And since you are nurturing and taking care of people around you, that could be your children, that could be people you're helping out, put your money in the right investment, for example. I don't know. But you have a key, a spiritual key. Maybe you've learned, maybe you've realized, first of all, that you have it. And you are using to unlock it for the people around you with the Three of Cups. So perhaps you are taking money and helping people who need around you, who need it around you. Maybe you are properly found the key to properly nurturing and caring for your children. Yeah, so on and so on. It's going to differ for sure from one person to the other. But you have a key, you've used it well, and you're unlocking something big, and it's like the divine's energy giving that space to you, holding space for you to unlock something big, maybe even for humanity or for the people around you. Something, you're doing something big, and you've reached it with your own free will. And this is why there's divine energy to help you preserve, this energy for you to fully unlock it, to take care of your children, to do the good thing, and so on. This is why there is interference. So you could be unlocking the door even for your own growth. So yeah. So that's what's going on. And how are you guided to take that risk? What is this risk? Before we take a look at what is this risk, I want to get more details on what is the fearful message. What is the message of fear here regarding where people move? Knight of Pentacles. For a lot of you, it has to do with your work indeed. So that could be your company. It could be new regulations at work or something. For some of you with the Ten of Cups, it has to do with homes. And Five of Pentacles, it has to do with taking away you lacking something that is really important to you, that you really love. It's like, oh no, not this. I love this. And in that case, all of these are important. Something that is important for your heart, your home, your work. These are all important things. But you can escape this fear if you take a risk. What's the risk that you are guided to take? So they are like, you can keep these things if you do that, or you have to do this, or you have to do that. I don't know. What is that risk you're guided to take? Nine of Swords. Right. Bullied and shamed, first of all, because it's the mind, the swords, Nine of Swords. Being bullied and shamed, as well as continue to be warned. This is gonna happen to you. That's gonna happen to you. It's their shadow. Do you see? Not yours. You're more than capable of taking that risk, even if others can't. So, Nine of Swords, Page of Cups. What is that risk? Knocking on another door. The risk of knocking on another door that you love with the Page of Cups, that your heart actually desires. You just don't know the reaction that you're going to get. So that's the risk. There's a risk of reaction. Whoa, do you see the hands on the doorbell here? There it is. You will press on the right doorbell. This divine energy is showing you. So just follow your heart. Right away, you will be able to identify an exact door to knock on, to go, no, I don't want to follow this chaos. And instead, my heart wants me to knock on this particular door. But others are shaming you. They're like, are you crazy? If you do that, that's going to happen to you. They're passing on the message. It's their shadow. They're scaring you. They're shaming you here. They're belittling you. Yeah. They're outcasting you, making you feel small. Nobody can do that unless you listen to them. But that's what they're trying to do, following this dogma. If you ignore that and listen to the loudest voice, which is your intuition, this divine guidance, far more is the wisdom, right? And you're like, my heart's saying, click on this door. And it's something that you're excited about, something that makes your heart flutter. It makes you feel like, oh, I love that. There's a rush here. Where's the Hanged Man? This one. There's a rush in whatever door you're thinking about knocking into. You're like, it makes me so excited. I have to be super careful, of course. It is a risk after all. So there's an amount of preparation and focus involved, and having the right things. Simple yet profound things. If you knock on that door bell, you will be super fortunate. And that's what the whole reading is pointing towards here. So fear mongering about job, house, some of you it's family, it could be something, 10 of Cups pertaining to family home, threatening. It could even be like lack of love, even because we've got Cupid's bow here. It's like, if you don't do this, I'll break up with you. That's another thing. These are all details, but I'm mainly seeing it as they're going to take something that you love from you, something pertaining to the home, something pertaining to the work. These are all important things. I can see why it would be so effective on so many people in your situation. But instead of you falling victim to these things, to you, it's going to be the opposite energy. If you take that risk, you're actually going to elevate. You're not just going to keep what you love, but you're going to receive something big. What are you going to receive is the last message I want to see here for you. What are you going to receive? What is this receiving / acquisition that is all over your reading, which is your new fate, that you've unlocked for yourself? So, 8 of Wands. This reminds me of when the movies create this whirling effect, and it takes us to a new scene that is totally different, like going from the office to the Bahamas, or something. Yeah, I feel like total shift and change in your life into something more delicious very quickly with the 8 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles shows with the symphony here that the elements in your life are going to play out together so well if you take that risk. The things that you already have are going to work together so well, creating something more delicious, more amazing than what you already have. So you've got the ingredients already, and it's a matter of how they work well together. That's the new fate. They're just working out beautifully together with what you already have in your pantry, metaphorically speaking, in order for something new with this particular Queen of Cups that you love, you will love, honor, and cherish. It's this new baby that you will love, honor, and cherish. This divine energy is creating space, actually all of that, for this new energy to rise, and you're going to be the vessel for this beautiful blessing to rise. You're going to enjoy this acquisition, but at the same time, it will give you the opportunity to nurture something important that is important for the overall cosmos, or overall maybe humanity, or something, a divine goal. And because you've used that key, you became that vessel to have the honor to take care of something. And this thing that you will have will be a bundle of joy in your life. For some of you with Taurus, this is wealth. For some of you, this is a baby. For some of you, it could be love. You will be receiving as a womb some massive blessing that you will find out. And this blessing is given to you because this divine energy knows that you are the correct vessel to grow it and to make it do its divine goal. So take note that this is happening right now. You are at that liminal time. Flow with your intuition. Be careful not to listen to voices outside of yourself. When you feel that something is so not right about it, you can see through it. You are the peaceful warrior, not meant to fight, but to take another path on your own, to host this divine energy quietly, just like Virgin Mary, peacefully on your own. And that, my dear pile number 3, concludes your reading. I wish you all the best of luck. This is why this is a fated message that was meant to reach you right now. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.